Hi, I'm Melissa Casera. I'm a professional screenwriter and publicity strategist, and I love helping entrepreneurs to create obsessed fan bases for their work, leading to more sales, more signups, and more fan mail. So today I'm going to talk about how to create sequels for the offers that you have in your business. So when I say the word sequel, I'm sure you're familiar with that word. It's something that Hollywood uses all the time, right? If a movie is a smash hit, blockbuster success, they're going to create a sequel. They'll start that process right away. And that's something that I want you to start doing for your business. Now, the thing to keep in mind when you're creating a sequel is to make sure that it's something that's really flavored by the original offer that you've put out there. So let me give you an example in Hollywood terms. So you're probably familiar with the very epic billion-dollar franchise, The Fast and the Furious. Whether you are fans of those movies or not, I'm sure that you've at least heard of them and know how successful they are. Now, when they first put the Fast and the Furious movie out into the world and it was a huge, massive hit, they went ahead and did a second sequel, which was just like the first one. Of course, they change up some things, but essentially they're keeping the essence of the first movie. Could you imagine if instead they just made an independent drama, something that you would see at Sundance starring Vin Diesel? That would not work, right? Of course, they have to make something that's just like the first movie to capitalize off of all of the excitement that people had for that particular film. So that's the essence that I want you to take forward when you're creating sequels for the offers in your business. So how do you create these sequels? Well, there are two things that I would look at in order for you to create these like blockbuster smash hit sequels for offers that you already have. So the first one is to create feedback points for your clients and customers throughout the process of them experiencing whatever your offer is. So an example is if you have an online course, make sure that you're checking in with your audience at regular beats. So make sure that maybe they're doing a survey, or maybe you're getting on the phone with a few of your students, which is even better, honestly, to get their words off of the page and actually into your ear, because people are often more honest when you have them in a conversation versus making them write something down. So having those feedback points built in is an excellent way to know which areas they're still struggling with or which areas they might need more assistance or guidance with, right? You can do this with products as well. Let's say you have a cosmetics line and you sell a particular cosmetic and they love whatever this is, but they also wish you had XYZ, right? So you'll only find that out by having these feedback points from people throughout their customer journey. So that's the first thing that you want to do. The second thing that you want to do is sometimes customers aren't so open with letting you know what they want next. Sometimes they honestly just don't even know. And they feel often when they get a survey or when they're in a conversation with you, they can't quite find the words, or maybe they haven't really thought of what they want next. So sometimes it can also be useful to be a bit of a super spy. And what I mean by a super spy is finding places that you can really watch what your customers are saying and what they're doing. So this is great, let's say, if you have some kind of group that surrounds the work that you do. So maybe it's a Facebook group for a class that you have, maybe it's a fan group for a podcast that you've created, whatever that is. Maybe there's a place, a forum that people are chatting in, maybe it's the reviews that they're leaving on Yelp or on iTunes or Amazon. So again, this is more of a form of, like I said, spying in a sense, in a totally legal way, where you are just observing their conversations versus asking them directly. And sometimes just observing the conversations can really unfurl very interesting ideas for sequel products and services that you can create. And so let me give you one final point to creating sequels that I find really important, is that it's always easier to sell to an existing customer than it is to captivate and bring in a new customer. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be bringing new customers in. Of course you should. But it's going to be much easier for you if you have offers that people can do next and they can continue with you. It also makes business a lot more pleasurable. Because when you have customers that you love, you really want to keep that relationship going, right? If possible, if your business model is set up for that. So if you can keep those customers in your wheelhouse in a way where you can continue serving and helping them, which is what we're all here to do, and have that really wonderful relationship with people you love working with, it makes your business so much more fun and pleasurable. So I hope that today's video has inspired you to start thinking about sequels for your business to make it really binge-worthy and blockbuster-worthy. And I have a free gift for you that's right below this video. It is a guide that's about my favorite productivity technique, which is called batching. The cool thing about batching is that you can actually use your batch time, which is essentially just a block of time that you've siphoned off for yourself to focus on one project, to do this exact exercise I talked about today. So carve some batch time for yourself. Maybe it's 3 or 4 hours, and do both of those things. Create a survey, talk to customers on the phone, and observe them out in the wild and start getting these ideas together so that you can create these really exciting sequels for your business. So grab the batching guide below, set aside the time, and start creating those sequels to create a way more fun and pleasurable business. Thanks for watching.